Hello, how are you? So, I watched my video yesterday, and that was interesting to see. Oop, yes, it was. Yes, it was indeed. So, anyways, um, yeah, because I looked at myself like pausing because my mind is always thinking, and I'm like reflecting of what I want to talk to you about. And so, yes, I went on a long total rant. So, sorry. I get grandiose sometimes. And, I guess, if anything, just take that as a good sign, you know? It's probably just misplaced hope on my side. I recognize that. Um, I suppose sometimes things don't sit in with me, or time has passed and I've been through a lot. I guess I have a weird, endearing thing about love, okay? And it sounds cheesy sometimes, I think. Um, Irregardless of the hardships, um, I have deep feeling for you, okay? And so I see that, and I see that I have deep feeling for you. And, so I let my mind wander and get all grandiose, okay? So, go from there. See, that is something that I've enjoyed always with you, talking to you, listening to you. But before we do or think or talk about big things are always there. Big things will always be there. Big ideas, big controversy, blah, 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 whatever. Like a good one is, a good one that would be interesting to talk to you about, like currently, is the idea of, are you getting the shot? If you are, which shot are you going to get from which company and for what reasons? Because they all present different things. I do not believe I'm getting the shot for two reasons. One, I have a tremendously high immune system. And what I mean by that is like when I was in Las Vegas, I had like 2, maybe 3 colds that I went through that were really, really heart-wrenching. I mean, I was in bed for like 3 and 4 days, sweating and just, bad. And so it gave my chance for my immune system to bolster itself. So I might have gotten the virus already, and I got a test for it, but somehow they screwed it up because I have not gotten any response. I gave him my email address and my what do you call it? Address. Phone number. Anyways, so I think I'm opting not to get the shot. And it's also because I've been looking into immune systems and genetics and so forth. All I have to do is get a little bit of sunlight, which you can see as I'm in the sunlight. Okay. And I've been taking vitamin D. And I believe I had it like in July because I went to the dentist and I got a haircut all on the same day, and I went to Home Depot, and that was like right at the cusp of them getting masks to everybody and starting to make it mandatory type of thing within that time period. And so 2 days later, I'm at home, and I felt funny then. It was like it hit me. It's like, ooh, something hit me. I don't know what that is, but I could feel it in my system. And so I went and I took all the over-the-counter medication, turmeric, which is a sort of cardiovascular thing that helps for inflammation. Apple cider vinegar, which I know any virus has a hard time living with if it's in your body. Something about the pH value. It makes for a hostile environment for that. So anyways, this is my little virus story. And so during that time, I masked up, wore gloves, stayed away from my parents for 5 days, had a real intense fever. But, and then that was it for about 2 days, I would say. Okay. And you see, that's why I'm saying I'm letting my body genetically fight it the way our ancestors have. Remember how I was going on and on about, what do you call it? Genetic mutations? That just strengthens me. Okay. I have a very, very strong immune system. Okay. I don't know what it is, but, the better I feel, the less things happen. So, I picked up a little bug yesterday for 2 days. Who knows what it was? But then that was it. Okay. So anyways, going back to that, I've been reading that depending on who's who, people are some taking the vaccines and some are not. Personally, I would hang back. I think I would do Johnson & Johnson's one shot if I did have to take the vaccine or if I did opt for it. But I don't think I'm getting it. And so, I'm going to keep my genetics clear. I've already had a whole bunch of shots while I was in the Army. Okay. And they gave me a bunch of shots. So, And what else? I've been getting the flu shot, I would say, ever since about last 5 or 7 years now, something like that, but every other year. And so, and I've gone through being sick and just writing it out. And then sometimes when I was really, 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 really sick, I'd go to the VA and get the antibiotics and they'd knock whatever I had out. But I let my body go through those processes of being sick, and letting my antibodies fight it and give it a good fight before I was like, okay, I'm just tired of being sick. Okay. But in doing that, I believe that almost naturally built up my immune system, which is something that I needed to do. Okay. And, so these are things that you got to think about. Squirrely. So that would be a fun conversation to have with you. Okay. You know, culturally, um, I've been looking at the whole thing about vitamin D and all of that. And so, like, people with lighter skins can, like, produce vitamin D like a mofo. Like, my being in the sun is helping me produce vitamin D. And so I am just, like, taking vitamin D by the pill, but I'm also absorbing some sunlight also to get some vitamin D. And I recommend for you to get some vitamin D in the way of sunlight. I know you're very light skinned, so, be very careful, but get a little bit of sun, just a little bit, and your body will produce vitamin D in addition to taking a pill. So that would be something. Yep, my mind wandered and I was thinking about that. Thinking about you. Here's something small. This is built on the premise that you would perhaps entertain the notion of, how's that for a preamble, possibly oh, wait, 1 second. I'm going to put this on pause. 1 second.